ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वर्यो मे सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्य भूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। தோப்பல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வரேற கோமளவும் வாழ்வு.
धन्यवाद। So we finished up to. So now in the third chapter, in the page 83, we are now discussing Nidranta Achamana Adhikam.
Pancaratra Raksa suni?
Pancaratra Raksa. Since Venugopalan Swami is available, we are taking up this topic.
Okay. Right. I should get the link of it.
Right.
Connect.
Reference. Yeah, reference. So Nidra Anta Achamanam. At the end of the sleep, Achamanam is to be done. Achamanam, the word Achamanam, meaning sipping generally, it includes the recitation of divine names. That is very important. Srotra Achamanam. Yeah. Vaishnavim Dharayed Yashtim Sodakam cha Kamandalum Yajnopavitam va idam cha Shubhe Raukme cha Kundale. So you are right, as he said, Raukme cha Kundale. Where do we wear the golden ear studs? The golden studs, Kundalam. Kundalam is the stud. So Rukma meaning gold. Shubhe Kundale, we have auspicious studs with a costly metal. Then Yajnopavitam, so the sacred thread, Kamandalum, the pot of water, with water, Sodakam, Sa Udakam. Udakam water, Sa Udakam with water. Then Vaishnavim Dharayet, Yashtim. So we have what we call the stick also. It's all another name is there, sorry. Yashti, we say the word Yashti. Yashti meaning a staff. A staff. Generally, I would have seen with sages' photos. So now, what should we do about this? The stick, the pot with water, full of water, the sacred thread, the gold ear thread, studs, and so on. So, ityadibihi, mantra adi upadishta sodaka kamandalu varanadikam. Bhagavad yoginaha api anapoditam iti ज्ञापनाय कमंडलु स्थितेनैव इत्युक्तम्. It is not simply srotra achamanam, it is achamanam with water. So you must always keep everything ready after getting up from sleep. Before getting up, before going to sleep also, you must keep all this intact. So here, so these are, there are some mantras related, in the sense, Achamana mantras, Achyutaya Namaha and so on. So with water, Sodakam, Kamandal Varanadikam. Bhagavad Yoginaha. Bhagavad Yoginaha meaning those who are meditating on God. Meditators on God. So anapoditam iti jnapanaya. So when we, you must always have besides you, the person water. Water should be available all the time. In order to remind ourselves, jnapanaya, kamandalu sthitenaiva ityuktam, the pot of water must be kept nearby. So nidranta nimittataya, uttara karmangataya cha atra tantrena achaman. When we say the words of the divine names, namely the divine names of the Lord, that is called mantra, mantra achamanam. As you said, the shrotra achamanam. But if this is tantra achamanam, meaning keeping water in usage. So nidranta nimittataya, in order to the purpose is served, namely immediately after getting up from sleep. Uttara karmangataya, the next action must be performed. So the next action should be performed along with the water. Water should be sipped. Tantrena achaman. So the physical action is required. Take the water in your palm and sip it by saying this 12 plus 3, 15 names. Tu shabdena. Why this two? Where is that two? So in the verse it is there, two. Shashastrokta visheshaha. So according to the two is not there. Two is not there. So instead of cha, I think one is replacing by two. Yes, some cha, Vedam cha, Shubhe Rukme Rautme two. So this cha, yes, this cha must be converted into two. So here, so Vedam there the word Vedam means mantra there. That's all. So Shastroktha Visheshaha, according to one's own Shastra, namely Pancaratra or Vaikhanasa, and according to the particular Samhita, Satvata Samhita, Shri Prashna Samhita, Ishvara Samhita, Parameshwara Samhita. So according to one's own science, some special instructions are there. So what is the special instruction? Toya alabhadashaya. Suppose water is not immediately available. Toya water alabhadashayam. Then what you do is, as you said, the Shrotrachamanam, Dakshina Shravana Sparshaha cha Vyajyate. So as soon as you get up from sleep, so Dakshina Shravana, right ear. Dakshina, right Shravana ear. Sparshaha, touch. Yajyate is understood, is the inner meaning. The water is not immediately available. Stotrachamanam must be done. Smarantihi, remember, people will remember. Samyak achamana ashakta ashaktau alabhe salilasya cha. Purvokteshu nimiteshu dakshinam shravanam sprishet. Same meaning is given. So when achamana cannot be done because of the non-availability of water immediately, then we must touch the right ear with the mantras. So they touching the right ear is the tantra here. That's all. Then yat atra here mantra chatushkadi vyatiriktam sarvam samhitantar nishtanam api sadharanam. So here there are four mantras are there. Mantra chatushkam. What is that mantra? Four. I think we will get it later. So sarvam samhitantara nishtanam api sadharanam. All people who know the Samhita, that means they are when they strictly follow the Samhita, some other Samhita also, it is common that the mantra Chatushka is the same. Four mantras are same. Then Ajinasane iti Chela Ajina Kushottaram iti Gite Pradhana Amsha Grahanam. The important part to be remembered is what is required is Ajina Asane. Sit on hide, HID, the skin of the deer or the tiger. Yeah, Ajinasane. Then Chela Ajina Kusha Uttara. You can put a cloth. Chela means cloth. That became in Tamil Shelai, sari. So a cloth, Chela, and Ajina, skin, deer skin, Kusha, the grass, the darba grass, Uttaram later. So in this order, you can have a cloth or skin, animal skin, or the darba grass. Iti Gite, when it is sung like this, then Pradhana Amsha Grahanam, you have to take up the important path. I mean, in this order, maybe Ajna is more important than Kusha. And when nothing else is available, you take the Kusha, grass. Tataha tu, abhimatenaiva tu aste padmasanadi. Now, again, when you don't have Ajinasanam, that is deer skin or available, you sit on the particular pose called Padmasana, lotus seated, lotus way of sitting. Padmasanam is known by everybody because we see the gods in Padmasanam in temples, especially goddess also. So Abhimatenaiva means according to one's own priority, rather favoritism. Jita asanagatatvam. Vidhiyate jita asanagatatvam should be proper sitting. Vidhiyate. Apararatra yoga. Now we are talking about the yoga on the latter part of the night. Yatucha samam kaya shirogrivam dharayan achalam stiram ityadina yoga dasha apekshitam geetam tadapi sarvamiha sarvashesham upadishyate. Now while we concentrate, our body should be stiff, still, movementless, and so on. So, kaya, body, shiraha, head, griva, neck. Keep everything straight and movementless. Dharayan, achalam, stiram. firm, no movement is required. Yoga Dashapekshitam Geetam. So while we say sing the mantra, we say Geetam is here. So it is sung in the sense it is praised. Also it means the mantras. Yoga Dasha is required, apekshitam. Then Sarvamiha Savishesham Upadishyate. All this has been explained in speciality in future pages. Savishesham Upadishyate. Along with the speciality, it has been advised, Upadishyate. Samam abhimeteneva tishtet. Okay. So if you are not able to get hide, the animal hide, kusha grass, cloth, and so on, so you can stand and do that. Stand and do Shotrachmana. Then samam kaya charabhya upadishyate. Okay. Koshayoho anyatra na drishyate. So this sentence number 5, note number 5, it is not available in some books. Only in 2 books it is there. So we have the next one. So samam kaya shiro grivam sandhaya saha vakshasa dring nasagragata karya nimilita lakshana. Minimilita lakshana. So our concentration that is that our vision, our eyes should be directed toward the tip of the nose, nasagragata karya, and it should keep everything still, like along with the chest, vakshasasah, kaya shiro grivam sandhaya. Keep your limbs connected with your heart. That's the meaning. That means your thought should be concentrated. The entire body should have concentration. Head, so head is very important, and then the neck also, the stiff neck. So connected with the heart. Vakshas, it's not a physical limb called the chest, it is heart. The vision should be concentrated on the tip of the nose. And Vinimilita Lakshana, you have to keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open, but at the same time, the vision should not go away. So Jihva Talu Talastha. So Talu is palate. So Jihva, the tongue, should on the palate. That is, now in the mouth, it should be still again. So it should rest on the palate. Tamil Tadai. Talungirathu Tadai. So the base of the mouth inside, the inner mouth, the inner part of the mouth, you have what we call the palate. Yeah, pressing on the yeah, the tongue should rest on the palate. It should not move. That's what I mean. Then Santare Dashanavali. So you have the row of teeth, Dashana Avali, Dashana teeth, Dashana tooth, Avali row of teeth, Santare in between. So in between is, of course, as it is, as they are in the same respective places. Ishat Oshtaputau Lagnau Dharyau Dvau Bahu Kurparau. So these are all yoga way of sitting in Padmasana posture, that is lotus seated posture. So Ishati a little, Oshtaputau, the lip, both the lips, Oshtaputau, Dvau, two, Dharya to be kept. I mean, Bahu Kurpara. Kurpara, yeah, lips touching. Lagno is touching. So I think it should not be open. It should be touching. Both lips should be touch. It should touch each other. Yes. Then Bahu Kurparau. Here the hands must be straight. Bahu Kurparam. Kurpara, I think I forgot. Then, Uru Madhya Pradeshe tu Hasto Nabhehe Adholasi. Our hands, Hastav, the two hands, should be kept below the navel, Nabhehe Adaha, Naset, Uru Madhya Pradesh, on the thigh, on the middle of the thigh. The two hands must be kept on the thigh, below the navel, not above. Putpara is elbow, right? Elbow. So all should be still and straight. Then Adharottara Yogena Vama Kramat Achalam Yogapattena tu Evam Sandharya Vigraham. Now, you remember the divine figure of the Lord, Sandharya Vigraham. Starting from the left side to the right side, Kramat gradually. I think these are all some technical way of explaining the yoga posture, that is the Padmasana posture. Yoga pattena generally meaning a cloth, what you call upper cloth, angavastram or uttariyam, without movement from the left side to right side. Left side to right side. Adharottara yogena. I'm sorry. So sankocha apanadeshattu hyu uparishtat tameva. So this will not go to the private parts. So sankocha apanadeshattu. The vastram, the dress must be one on the shoulder from left to right. So vikasya varnahinena hardena alakshyamurtina. So I think I'm not aware of this. So with our heart concentration, as we don't see the divine figure, we are not to identify the color. Then Vishayantar Nivishtam tu Kramat Chittam Samahare. So Chittam Samaharet, concentrate our mind. Vishayantar Nivishtam. So it should be placed, the heart, the thought should be concentrating on the subject inside. Subject in the sense, Lord's names, Lord's figure and so on. Kuryadvai buddhi linantu tancha kuryat sagochari. Samadhaya atmanatmanam saha mantrais tatakraman. So our intellect should merge with buddhi linam. To the heart, then control oneself. Samadhaya atmana atmanam saha mantrehi, along with the spells, the Vedic spells, the scriptural words, contain yourself. Samadhaya atmanatmanam kramata. So this is what we call the process of yoga. This is what we call Apararatra yoga. The whole paragraph, whole set of verses tell us about Apararatra yoga. That is the latter part of the night. You follow what we call discipline of the mind and the body. So yoga tadatmya bhavanasya upapatti. Now in the meditation, that is this is both the physical and mental meditation. Then you become merged with the individual soul's thought. Yat punaha iha yoga dashayam tadatmya bhavanam upadishyate. So that means again we have to make a link between the individual soul and the supreme soul. By yoga, by meditation, we must combine both the individual soul with the Supreme Soul. That's the meaning. So Tadatmya Bhavanam is what we call feeling one with the Lord. So Tataha then, Jagrat Padastham cha pi aniruddham cha mantrapam paravartya shatam buddhya tadabhinnena chetasa. So we have starting with the word name Aniruddha. The mantra must be uttered while we are awake, fully awake. Jagrat Padastham. We are aware of the surroundings. Then Paravartya Shatam Buddhya. We must meditate 100 times on the name. Tad abhinnena chetasa. That meaning concentrating our mind, full concentration of the mind. Tan mantra japa samarthyat. By the skill of that mantra japa, that is meditation. Tadatmya sthiti bandhanat. Um, you tie up your soul, individual soul with the Supreme Soul. Then Mahimatu Savijnanaha Tadiyas Tatya Jayat. The greatness of this yoga practice will make you wise. Savijnanaha. Then Tadiyaha. So you become one with him. Tasya Jayate. So this the knowledge will be recognized. The wisdom will dawn upon us. Abhyasat by exercise. Vatsarante at the end of the year. Tat Advaita Samanvita. The individual soul and the Supreme Soul become almost one. Advaita Samanvita. Atha then Pradyumna Mantram to Paravartya Shatadvaya. Now we must know what is this Aniruddha mantra, then now Pradyumna mantra. Maybe it will be explained later. So this Aniruddha mantra should be recited 100 times, and Pradyumna mantra should be recited 200 times. Shatadvayam. So we will have, I think, the Vyuha mantras. Vyuha mantra. Otherwise, you say Vyapaka mantra. I don't know. See, should we will take up the next page. Panchopanishad mantras. Okay. So Tritiya Adhikaraha, third chapter, 85. Yoyam soham anenaiva api advaitena sadayevahi. This is what we must practice. So he is myself. Saha aham. So Advaitena. So keeping it as one. Both the individual soul and the Supreme Soul. So I am, namely myself. So I am is not English I am, but Sanskrit I am. This meaning I. So Saha Aham. So we must get nearer the Lord, and therefore there is proximity. Then we also become one. Evameva samabhyasat, because of the good exercise, matiman chinna samshayaha, the man becomes wise, matiman chinna samshayaha, his doubts are clear. Then tat prabhavacha, because of that power, tenaiva tatha kalena jayate, the wisdom dawns at the same time. Anena krama yogena japa dhyana anmitena. So while we do meditation, by reciting and recitation of these, especially two mantras so far said, namely Aniruddha 100 times, Pradyumna 200 times, in that sequential order, we have Nikilam Chapi Adi Kuryat Mantra Brindam Purodhitam. The previously said mantra as a set Brindam, a set of mantras, Adi Kuryat must be studied the totally Nikhilam. Yavad Abhati Bhagavan Sthane Purvokta Lakshani. According to the definition said earlier, Purvokta Lakshane, Sthane in that particular status, condition, place. Yavat Abhati Bhagavan. As long as the Lord appears before you. Yavad Abhati Bhagavan. Till then, what you meditated so far is Pralina Murti, hidden figure. The hidden figure is unmanifest. While we perform initially the yoga, that is what we call Apararatra yoga. Then you have invisible form of the Lord, but now it is very clear, visible. Then Amalaha, pure, Anantaha, endless, Tejasam Nidhihi, you get what you call a flood of light, fund of light, Tejasam Nidhi. While you start experiencing the presence of God, then you feel very happy. Chit Ananda Ghanaha. You are heavy with bliss, also knowledge. So wisdom and bliss go together and they are heavy upon you. Then Shantaha, you are calm also. Api Anaupamyaha, there is no parallel. Ki Anakulaha, meaning undisturbed. Calm, Shantaha, calm. Anakulaha, quiet without any external disturbance. Then Samadhaya Atmana Atmanam Tatra Tyaktva Japakriya. Now, as you have realized the presence of God, then you can stop your meditation, japa, that is recitation of the names or recitation of the mantras. Contain yourself, control yourself. Then dhyatra dheya abhibhagena yavat tanmayatam vraje. We become one as we do not distinguish now between the meditator and the meditated. So dhyatra dheya. Dhyatra is the individual soul. Dhyata, one who meditates. Dheyaha is one who is to be meditated. So both the individual soul and the supreme soul have become one. So tanmayatam vraje. Yada samyedya nirmukte samadho labhate stitim abhyasat bhagavad yogi brahma sampadyate tada. So while the till the knowledge and bliss are not experienced in the what we call meditation, by exercise, by repeated exercise, a person becomes a complete yogi on the Lord, and he becomes Brahma, the Almighty Himself. Atra na swarupa aikadikam vibhakshitam. Now, this is now explained further. So, in all these things that we see some Advaitam, no? The oneness between the individual soul and the supreme soul, that is not to be. Atra here, na swarupa aikadikam vibhakshitam. It is not intended to understand that this we have what we call oneness of the original form. No, we don't get into oneness of the original form. Swarupa, the natural form. Aikyam, oneness. It is not mentioned here. It is not. Sharira Sharirinoho. So we are talking about the body and the soul. We are the body, rather the Jivatma. The individual soul is the body, Sharira. Shariri is the Lord. So between these two, the body and the soul, namely Jivatma and the Paramatma, then Jivatma Paramatmanoho, the same word is repeated. Sharirika Samarchita Prakarena Aviruddhasya. So as it has been explained by the scriptures, Sharirakam is scriptures. Why scriptures? It talks about the soul, the supreme soul. Arthita, requested, prakarena, that means the instructions given by the scriptures. Aviruddhasya, when it is not contradictory. Asprishta lakshana adoshasya, there is no defect attached to this supreme soul. We have the first sentence in Sriranga Gadyam of Sri Ramanujacharya. Asprishta Lakshana Adoshasya. So there is no defect there. No defect is touching him. Then Ashesha Shastra Anugunasya. So all scriptures should accept this. Then Anukula Tarkashalinaha. People who can argue favorably. Tatsthatvat anupashyanti hi ekayeveti sadavaha. Sadavaha. When you say sadavaha, doesn't mean here only good people. Good people in the sense they have realized souls. Sadavaha meaning sadhu here in the meaning of a Hindi word. Sadhu saint. So sadavaha saints, sages, they feel that ekaha eva, that supreme soul and the individual soul are one and the same. They see, pashyanti, anupashyanti. They are go on seeing later that both of them are one and the same, the individual soul and the supreme soul. Tat Sattvat, because the supreme soul resides in the individual soul, they can't separately identify them. So, iti upabrahmana shata sustitasya. So, when there are 100 types of explanations where you find this fact established, avasthitehe iti kashakritsnaha iti sutritasya. There is an aphorism called avasthitehe iti kashakritsnaha. Then purva apara grantha samhitantara anugunasya vishishtadvaitasya vivakshitatva. So Vishishtadvaita books explain to us the different samhitas, the different samhitas which came earlier and which came later. So Purva Apara Grantha Samhitantara. Even if you come across some other samhitas related to Vishishtadvaita, everything is same. What is that sameness? Dhyatra deya avibhagena ityadina. So you don't what you call de-identify. That is separately identify the meditator and the meditated. So nirvikalpaka samadhi avastha uchyate. Adhyavastha uchyate. So this is called nirvikalpaka samadhi avastha. This is condition, this is said as the condition called the meditating upon no difference between the soul, the two souls, individual and the supreme. Brahma sampatyade tata, the realization occurs, it is a paramasamya rupa phala pratipadana. The final fruit will be, final result will be explanation, pratipadanam. This is meant for explaining the final fruit, namely Paramasamya Rupa. The oneness, the equality of both the individual soul and the Supreme Soul, only for the sake of vision, not exactly. So Paramasamya Rupam, the Lord, the Supreme Soul, makes us feel that he and the individual soul are one and the same. उक्तञ्च ब्रह्मैव भवति ब्रह्म एव भवति इत्यादि वाक्यानि अधिकृत्य भाष्यकारैः. Now we have this scriptural sentence Brahma eva bhavati. The individual soul becomes the Lord, the Almighty. It is said Uktam. Vakyani adhikritya, such sentences, on such sentences, Sri Ramanujacharya says this way. So Bhashyakarehi, by the preceptor, it has been said. Bhashya meaning Sri Bhashya. Sri Bhashyakarehi. Prakara aikyecha tat tu avyavaharaha mukhyaha eva yatha sa iyam gauhu iti. Now, how do you understand that the individual soul and the supreme soul are one and the same? Prakara aikyecha. In the methodology of oneness, tatta vyavaharaha. The principle must be understood. The underlying principle must be understood. That is very important. Mukhyaha eva. How? You have seen already a cow. We are not talking about a bull. In Sanskrit, gauhu also means bull. So you see a cow. The cow is more advantageous and gives milk. So you have seen a cow, and therefore, when you see again the cow, then you are able to identify. That's all. Sa iyam gauhu. You saw some cow, only one, and you see it again, and you identify that it is the same cow. In the same way, so the individual soul sees the supreme soul, and then since before before birth, nirvikalpa pratyaksha, yeah. Of course, pratyaksha is not available with regard to Lord. Only Shabda Pramanam is there. But here it's explained through an example of Pratyaksha Pramanam. So you see a cow. When you see a cow, you identify it as the same cow that already you saw earlier, long ago or very recently, whatever it is. So meaning that you see the Lord as one with you, but it is not fully true because you have got differences you identify later. So now when you see a cow also, you don't go very near the cow and see. At a distance you see that. So the cow has two horns, two eyes, the nose, the chin and so on, the four legs, the tail, the belly. So you see the shape. Uh, yeah, uh, yeah, distant vision. Yeah, you can say vague conception. So anyatha, otherwise, niranjanaha paramam samyam upayati. So niranjanaha is meaning anjanam normally meaning collyrium. தமிழ்ல மை கண்ணுக்கு இடுற மைக்கு பேரு அஞ்சனம்னு பேரு. இந்த இடத்துல அஞ்சனம்னா மிஸ்டேக் அர்த்தம். ஸோ தோஷா நிரஞ்சனஹ மீனிங் he is without defects. So paramam samyam upaiti. So when the individual soul becomes pure in the sense by meditation, by yoga, by apararatra yoga and so on, with all the practices repeatedly done on the mantras, according to the instructions of the scriptures, then we have so niranjanaha, individual soul. Niranjanaha, a person undefective, with no lacuna, no deficiency, no error, no mistake. So paramam samyam upai becomes equal to the Lord. Now we will understand some differences also. Mama sadharmyam agataha iti shruti smritibhyam virodaha. These words, Mama Sadharmyam Agataha, should be found in Bhagavad Gita. I don't remember, but Mama Sadharmyam Agataha meaning in realized souls have become one with me. That's what he says. Lord says, Mama Sadharmyam Agataha, many realized souls, many realized souls, Muktatmanaha. So they have come to me and they have become almost me. They are similar to me. Whereas if you look at the scriptures and the Smriti books, then it seems to be contradicted. You can't say that individuals, all the realized souls are already almighties. There can't be too many almighties also. So Shruti Smriti Bhyam Viroda. Tathacha Shrutyantaram. Then you have another scripture that tells you Yathodakam Shuddhe Shuddhamasikam तादृगेव भवति एवं मुनेर्विजानतः आत्मा भवति Gautama. A sage called Gautama is being addressed here. Hey Gautama, how do you understand that the water is pure? So yatha, as shuddhe, when the water is pure, udakam shuddham asiktam. So you have a pot of pure water, then you add another amount of pure water. Udakam shuddham, udakam water, shuddham pure, asiktam. You pour another set of another amount of quantity of pure water, then tadrigeva bhavati. It doesn't change. And therefore, the individual soul which has got wisdom and happiness, the bliss, equally with the Lord, once it merges with the Lord, it remains the same. So how do you recognize it? Munehe vijanataha atma. As a sage understands the soul. So Munehe, a sage, vijanataha atma. He understands the supreme soul. As a soul of the sage understands the or realizes the supreme soul. Samye cha sayeveti vyapadeshaha shruto veva drishyate. Now there is oneness. The matter, what you call the idea of oneness, is also found in the scripture. Shruto eva drishyate. Vaishnavam vamanam alabheta spardhamanaha vishnuhu eva bhutva iman lokan abhijayati. Now you just try to understand this idea. That's what he says. Alabheta. That means alabheta means tie up, join, make a link. So, Vamanam Vaishnavam. You are looking at a figure called dwarf in the incarnation, Vamanavatara. He is short in stature, short in height, short, rather small in figure. But Spardhamanaha, making what we call a competition, in a competitive spirit, in the sense that in order to subdue the pride of Mahabali Chakravarti, Vishnuhu eva bhutva. He became all pervading. So you find that initially it looks very small. He looks very small. Afterwards he becomes the biggest. So Vishnuhu eva bhutva. He pervaded the whole world. Iman lokan abhijayat. He wins over all these worlds. Wins over in the sense occupies, controls all these worlds. Iman lokan, these worlds, abhijayati, has a total victory over these worlds. Meaning, of course, we already said in the case of Trivikrama Avatara that he placed his foot on every object of this world. The entire creation has been touched by his foot. And that's why we say, Iman Lokan Abhijay. So, Evancha Sati. So, you understand this by this concept that dwarf Vamana has become Trivikrama, Vishnuhu. And therefore, Mahima tu Savijnanaha Tadiyastasya Jayate. So this is again the same word, the words repeated. Ityadi Prakarnika Grantha Samanjasyam Bhavati. So according to the context, this books are all same. The books always present the same idea. That's the meaning. Grantha Samanjasyam. Meaning every book agrees with the other because of the context. In this context. Sharirake Phalapade. While you read the what we call Brahma Sutras, that's the Brahma Sutra is again, of course, Upabrahmanam, what we call explanation of the scriptures. That's all. So when you say Sharirakam, I told you already scriptures. Now it is again what we call Sri Bhashyam. I mean, you can take Sri Bhashyam also or Brahma Sutras of Vyasa, 542 aphorisms of so Phalapade. There are 4 padas for the Shariraka Bhashyam, Shariraka, the Brahma Sutras. So in the last quarter, Halapade, in the result, the last quarter which tells us the result, Muktasya Avirbhuta Swarupasya, we are talking about the realized soul here, Muktasya Avirbhuta Swarupasya, when he has come to existence, when he has appeared, the individual soul going to the Vaikuntham, becoming the realized soul with what you call the full bliss and knowledge, rather wisdom. So Gunashtaka Vishishtasya, we saw the 8 qualities of the Lord already. So Gunashtaka Vishishtasya, namely of the Lord, Jagat Vyapara Vitiriktam, except the creation, Jagat Vyapara Vitiriktam. Vitiriktam except Jagat Vyapara meaning creation. So the creating activity is absent in the individual soul, realized soul, but Bhogamatra Samya Lingacha. Bhogamatra Samyancha Sutra. The experience of bliss is same, but the activity of creation is absent. All the other 8 qualities of the Lord also remain in the realized soul. So as you understand the result, the realized soul will have all the 8 qualities of the Lord, but at the same time different from the Lord because of one point, namely creation, and of course yet his experience of happiness, that is what we call the highest happiness, is same. Bhogamatra Sami. Meaning the games that Lord plays in the creation are also equally enjoyed by the realized soul. That's the meaning. Then, ataha, therefore, upayadashayam, phaladashayam cha, vishishta aikya anusandhanam eva atra vivakshita. Now, this is to be understood. Vivakshitam is intentionally given. What is given? Vishishta aikya anusandhanam. Our thought should make us feel that both the individual soul and the supreme soul are coincided, are one and the same. Where upaya dashayam, even when we start approaching the Lord, because already the Lord is the upaya, the means. So when we utilize him as the means, and then phaladashayam, at the end result, then you have the oneness is to be meditated upon. Anusandhanam is meditation, remembering them. Without forgetting, we must remember the special oneness, Vishishta Aikyam. The special oneness is, we said, except 2, namely Shriyapatitvam and, Shriyapatitvam and also what you call Vyapakatvam. Sarva Vyapakatvam. Remaining everywhere and becoming the partner of the life partner of the goddess. Only these 2 are there, not there. But apahata papmatvam is also is with the individuals. That means we are the sins are removed. We'll take up this paragraph next day. Of course, etena lanchana nyasadyanantaram mudram badhva smared devam devaha ahamiti bhavet. Samaradhana arambha granthopi nirvyudaha बद्ध्वा मूलादिका मुद्रां देवोहमिति भावेत इत्यादि संहितांतर ग्रंथाश्चात्र तुल्य न्यायाः अत्र च मनोब्रह्मेत्युपासित इत्यादिषु एव इत्याशु इव इति करणादिवशात् दृष्टिविधित्वं सुस्पष्टम् अतः एव हि तथाविध भावनया अपि अनन्तरं योग्यतापादनं मात्रम् उक्तम् न्यासेन देवमन्त्राणां देवतादात्म्य भावनात् अप्राकृताङ्गकरणात् पूजामर्हति साधकः इति अन्यथा देवतारूपमात्मानम् अर्चयेत् अर्घ्यधूपकैः dhupavasanikaihi bhogaihi dhyatva narayanam hridi. Now, this is the total essence of this paragraph is what we do as in the temple, also at home, namely becoming Lord Sriman Narayana himself to worship him. Bhuta, what is that? What is the name? I forget. The puja is done, Bhuta Shuddhi, right? Bhuta Shuddhi, that's all. Bhuta Shuddhi. So removing all our defects in our individual soul as well as the body, we feel that we are Lord himself. And then, so after Bhuta Shuddhi, you are the Lord. And you are doing Aradhanam to the Lord. That is the essence of it. From the word Etena to Narayanam Hridi, this is what we call Atma Dhyanam. Atma Dhyanam, meditating upon oneself. And we become the Paramatma, and Paramatma is doing Aradhanam to Paramatma. That's all. This is how, supposing you want an example, Sri Rama Avatara, in the incarnation of Sri Rama, Rama worshipped Ranganatha. Ranganatha was worshipped by Brahma earlier, and Brahma gave it to the Ikshvaku Kula kings, the kings of Ikshvaku race, that is Raghukula or Surya Kula race. And then it was handed down from generation to generation up to Rama. So Rama was worshipping Ranganatha, and Ranganatha was here. Even now we can say Rama worships Ranganatha. So this is the now the principle being we must elevate ourselves to that level, that yogic level. That is rather I normally tell the young minds that Panchatantra is a very interesting story for children. Panchatantra. Panchatantra tells you stories of only beasts, animals, insects, and so on, say, lesser beings. And the politics is taught to three princes, adjudged by their father as, fools, not knowledgeable. They were not wise. Three princes, three sons of the same father. They were advised by Vishnu Sharma, an author of 80-year-old person, a preceptor, through the stories called Panchatantra. The Panchatantra, by reading the animal story, for example, by looking at the cartoon by the children. Cartoon is liked by the children. The cartoon gives us lessons. So the cartoon, the animal story will elevate you first to the human level. So we must elevate ourselves from the what we call animal level to the human level, and then from human level to the God's level. So that is the attempted by all shastras. All shastras. The base, we have got animal instincts. We have a lot of animal instincts. So we must shirk out of the animal instincts and go up to the human level. And then from human level to the God's level. Kalidasa did the same. Kalidasa did the same. Kalidasa elevated the carnal love between the hero and the heroine, Dushyanta and Shakuntala, to the ethereal love, spiritual love. That is what he attempted in 7 acts of the drama called Abhijnana Shakunta. That is the very beautiful aspect of philosophical end result of the carnal love becoming the spiritual love. But that is again between the individual soul. If, for example, a lady being the individual soul and a man becoming the supreme soul. That's all. These are all. He was supposed to be a devotee of Shiva, more inclined towards Shiva, and he says finally in the Abhijnana Shakuntala drama, he doesn't want future births. He doesn't want future births. The same idea is repeated. Never text also. Apunar bhavam. Apunar, last word is apunar bhavam. He doesn't want to get into this world again. Thank you very much for Lord Swami.
சுவாமி
Ah,
ரகு குலமா ரகு குலமா? அதாவது சில பேர்
uh,
ரகு குலம்ங்கிறாது, என்ன எனக்கு புரியல எனக்கு ஆக்சுவலா.
Amma, because Raghu was a famous king,
ஓகே
Raghu had a very great quality of donation. Everybody,
ஓகே.
he was a donor. I will tell you just one sentence. So generally we say Ikshvaku Kulam. Ikshvaku was a king.
ஓகே
Then
ஒரிஜினல்.
we call Rama Kakustaha because there was a king called Kakusta who rode on the what we call Tamil solva, hump of the bull in order to fight with demons for the sake of gods. So he is called Kakusta. Therefore, Kakusta is a very famous name, popular name.
ராஜா
Then
ராம்.
Raghava is a name for Rama, popular, very popular. And because Raghu, when he was approached by a sage to pay tuition fees, 14 crores of gold coins, Kautsa, the sage, Kautsa, was given a donation by by Raghu. Therefore, Raghu was very famous. Therefore, it's called Raghukulam, and then Ikshvakukulam, Suryakulam. We must not forget the sun god also. Sun is the first king of the race. Vivaswan is called Vivaswan. And we have got 14 Manus in the race also. Manu 1, Manu 2, Manu 3, Manu 14. So also. And again, what you asked is Raghukulam. Okay, Raghu.
இல்ல
Raghu was
ரகு குலம் இல்ல ரகு குலம் இல்ல ரகு குலம்னு சொல்றா. சில
Raghu
பேர்
Vamsam.
ரகு குலம் ரகு குலம்ங்கிறாது, என்ன ரகுங்கிறது என்ன எனக்கு புரியல. அதாவது ஒருவேளை
Oh,
ப்ரொனன்சியேஷன் ப்ராப்ளம்.
the long vowel is also accepted.
ஓ
The long vowel Raghu is also accepted.
இல்ல ரகு இல்ல ரகுங்கிறா, ரகு அப்படிங்கிறா, கா கா சொல்றாவா.
Okay, no. That means that is wrong. That is
இல்ல
wrong.
தெரியல
In Tamil you
எனக்கு
can
அது.
write. In Tamil you can write Raghu.
இல்ல இல்ல pronunciation. I am not talking about the literally
Oh,
what
right,
they are
right.
writing.
Right.
இல்ல அப்ப ஒருவேளை the
Wrong
producing the word
pronunciation.
maybe. Okay.
Wrong pronunciation.
There is a
Pronunciation is
there
wrong.
is a
If you say
there is a saying in
R-A-K-U,
Hindi.
R-A-K-U, it's wrong.
There is a saying in Hindi
Uh,
that is Raghukula Reet Sada Chali Aayi
uh,
Pran Chaye Par Vachana Na Jaye.
oh.
Raghukula Reet Sada Chali Aayi Pran Jaye Par Vachana Na Jaye. பிராணம் போனாலும் போகட்டும், அவங்க சொன்ன வச்சனம் போகாதான். அதுதான் ரகுக்குல ரீத் அவங்களுடைய ஒரு வழி பரம்பரை. எப்படின்னாக்க வாக்கு கொடுத்துட்டாக்க பிராணம் போன
Satyasandaha. Raghu always maintained. That's why we say there are 16 qualities of the kings. Satyaya Mitabhashid. Satyaya Mitabhashidam. That is one of the qualities. They talk less in order to talk truth.
முத்து பாஷை.
Mitabhashi.
மித்தபாஷை
Satyaya Mitabhashi.
பூர்வ பாஷைன்னு ஒன்று சொல்லுவாங்க.
There are four types of Bashi. According to Rama, Rama is Purva Bashi, introducing yourself earlier than when others introduce themselves to you. So Purva Bhashi, Mrudu Bhashi, soft spoken. Then Madhura Bhashi, sweetly talking sweetly. And Mita Bhashi, limitedly talking. So there are four Bhashis. Mrudu Bhashi, Mita Bhashi, Madhura Bhashi. Yes, I told it four.
இல்ல இல்ல அவர் சொன்னாரே, அவர் ஏதோ ஒரு சான்ஸ்கிரிட் ஹிந்தில
இல்ல இல்ல
சொன்னாரே,
அவர்
அது
சொன்னது ஹிந்தி ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ல ஹிந்தியில வந்து the promise that is given by the king of Raghu race will never go wrong, will never go
அது ஓகே
false.
ஓகே இல்ல ஓகே ஓகே அவர் சொன்ன
அது
அந்த ரகுவா ரக்குவா தான் சொல்றேன். தட்ஸ் வேர் ஐ வில்
ஆ,
ப்ரிஃபர். அது அவருக்கு
அதே
இவரும் அதே ம்.
அததான் ஹிந்தியில அது வந்து ஸ்பெல்லிங் மாத்திடுவான். அதனால
இல்ல இல்ல இல்ல
ஹிந்தியில
இல்ல அப்படி சொல்ல இல்ல அப்படி இல்ல ரகுங்கிறது எனக்கு மேபி ராங். ரகுங்கிறது இந்த பாத்துங்கிறதுக்கு ஒருவேளை அப்படி இந்த யூஸ் பண்றாளோங்கிறது அது கேட்கறேன். அதனால ஐ எம் நாட் ஷூர் அபவுட் இட். அவர் ஹவுஸ் ஹி
எதுக்கு
இல்ல இல்ல
என்ன சொன்னீங்க?
அந்த ரகுக்குலன்னா அவளுடைய அந்த குலத்தினுடைய வழி, அதுக்கு அந்த ரகுங்கிறது சொல்றாளாங்கிறது அது கேட்கறேன்.
ஓஹோ,
அவரு அவரு இல்ல இல்ல
இல்ல இது சொல்லுங்க பதில் சுவாமி. இவர் ரகுராமன் இவர் சொல்றார் வந்து ரகுங்கிறதே
அடியன் ஹிந்தியில எப்போதுமே ரகு தான் சொல்லுவா. ஜிஹெச்
ம்.
ரகு 4வது க தான் சொல்லுவா.
ஓ அதான்.
ரகுலாம் சொல்லவே மாட்டாங்க. நம்ம தமிழ்ல
இல்ல
வேணா
இல்ல
அப்படி
ஓகே
ரகுன்னு சொல்லலாம்.
இல்ல இல்ல ஓகே 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 ரைட் ஓகே
ம்.
அடியன் அடியன்.
இந்த ரகு தான் சொல்லுவா.
இல்ல நீங்க சொன்னாங்களே அந்த அது என்ன சொன்னாங்க அது?
எது?
ரகுல ரீத்து.
ஓகே ஓகே ரீத்னா வழி. ஓகே 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 ஓகே
ஸ்டைல்
ஸ்டைல் ஸ்டைல் ஸ்டைல்.
ரீத்தினா நம்மளோட சொல்ற பழக்க வழக்கம் சொல்றது இல்லையா? பழக்கம் ரீத்தி
ஸ்டைல் ஸ்டைல் ஸ்டைல். ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே
பரம்பரை அது
இல்ல அந்த ரீத்தி வந்து
ரீத்தி
இல்ல ரீத்தி இதுலயும் வருமே. அதாவது நம்ம வியாக்கரணத்துலயும் அந்த ரீத்தி அப்படின்னு ஒரு இது சொல்றதுல சுவாமி.
ஆமா இல்ல ஸ்டைல் ஆஃப் காவ்யாஸ் ஆல்சோ
ஸ்டைல் 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 காவி காவி காவியத்தினுடைய வியாக்கரண
வியாக்கரண ரீதி.
வைதர்பி அந்த அது
பாஞ்சாலி
ரீதி.
பாஞ்சாலி கௌடி so many ரீதிஸ் ஆகுது. அண்ட் நீங்க சொல்ற மாதிரி வியாக்கரண ரீத்யா அப்படின்னு சொன்னா ஹிந்தி ஸ்டைல் ஆஃப் கிராமர்
வழி
வழி வழி வழி வழி
வழி. தேங்க்யூ சார் சுவாமி ராஜகோபால்.
ராமானுஜதயாவாற்றும் ஞான வைராகிய புகழும் வெங்கடநாதாரியோ வந்தே வேதாந்ததிகம் கவிதாகிகதிமாய கல்யாண குணசாலின ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேசாய வேதாந்த குரவே நமக. வாதிதிபதிரோபங்க பஞ்சானன பராக்கிரமான் வெங்கடநாதாய இரம் விஜயதா சீரொன்றுதோப திருவேங்கடமுடையான் ஆரொரு தோழ பழமொழிகள் தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வானே.
Swami, it's interesting that this yoga sitting down and meditating after you wake up in the
Yeah.
morning. Is he saying it's only for the temple priest, or is it for the person in the house also?
Both.
Ah, and but we don't. If this, I didn't see this was mentioned in
No, it is
in
not.
Ahobala Mad Arnicum. We never saw in Ahobala Mad Arnicum this.
Oh,
Have you?
by Villivalam Swami. Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of this before? This sitting down in a special posture, and or is it just is he trying to say is Bhuta Shuddhi or not?
Is he trying to?
Is it Bhuta Shuddhi or is it something different?
The Bhuta Shuddhi,
Bhuta Shuddhi, yeah. Bhuta Shuddhi. It gives you only the Bhuta Shuddhi, that's all. The Bhuta Shuddhi concept is given in this way. So, do you have Bhuta Shuddhi?
இல்ல கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணி
Do you have Bhuta Shuddhi in Annikam?
Yeah.
Then that's all. That's it.
But it doesn't come right after waking. It comes later.
Okay. That's
in
right.
Ija section.
Yeah, right.
Swami, one more thing.
That is why it's given there, Swashastra Avirodhena. You don't contradict your own way of doing it. So, all words are there, very safe. Now,
Vishnu Puranam says, you should have your bath only after sunrise. This is yesterday I was going through that. In that it is saying, you should take your bath, daily bath, only after sunrise.
But Swami, how can you do Sandhya Vandanam before sunrise if you did not take a bath?
Yes, exact. This is what my doubt was. Actually, not only that, most of the Orthodox Swamiji who get up early in the morning in the Brahma Muhurtam, and they take bath and they went to the tank in the local village, and they after bath or prior to bath they tell all these slogans. Finally, at the end of the morning, before sunrise, they do this Sandhyavandana Argyam, and they do their japam only after sunrise.
No, the japam, whether you do during sunrise or before sunrise or after sunrise, it is immaterial.
Not criteria.
What you call,
not
no. The what you call the Upasthana mantra.
Argyam is pradhanam. Argyam is pradhanam.
No. Upasthana mantra should be uttered after sunrise. What you call Mitrasya Charshani. In Krishna Yajurveda, it's called Mitrasya Charshani in the morning, Asatyena Rasa in the afternoon, Imamme Varuna in the evening. So these Upasthana mantras, that is after finishing the japam, that is Gayatri japam. So you get up, and if you are sitting in the evening, you get up. Otherwise, you always stand during morning and afternoon, morning and noon. So you say the Upasthana mantra after the sunrise and after the sunset in the evening. Whereas, as you said, the Gayatri Argyam, the offering of water by Gayatri, is before sunrise and before sunset. In both cases. And before meridian, in the what you call 12 noon. And therefore, what you said is right. Taking bath is earlier must be done. But Puranas, though they explain the scriptural ideas, they are not to be seriously taken. And what is to be seriously taken is your own Acharya's instructions. As he said, Ahobelamada Annikam for me, for example. Nothing else is more superior than this, even scriptures. Taking bath after sunrise is only a small condition given by Puranas.
Again, it's a Bhuta Shuddhi.
It is not.
இல்ல இது ஊதசித்தி தானே.
ஆமா. இது வந்து இல்ல. இது வந்து இன்னொன்னு நீங்க இது வந்து வாட் யூ கால் கன்செஷனல் கண்டிஷன்ஸ். That is, you must take bath. That is very important. Yeah. So taking bath is necessary, and at least after sunrise you must do it. That's all. That's the meaning.
No, sir. Swami, again. நீங்க யூ ஷுட் டேக் பாத் ஆஃப்டர் சன்ரைஸ் அப்படின்னா யூ cannot do சந்தியாவந்தனம். That again the question comes because your சந்தியாவந்தனம் comes only before sunrise and that argyam. The argyam actually சந்தியாவந்தனம் pradhanam is argyam.
No, wait, Swami. So there is another option. That is because we are doing mantra snanam. I would say you can skip the bath. That is, you don't take the bath before sunrise. You do along with the part and parcel of Sandhya Vandanam, that is Agya Pradhanam, Gayatri, and so on. You always do what we call mantra snanam, Apo Hishta, then Dadhigra, these two. So again, before these two, so you also can have one more. I mean, I do that for mantra snanam. So Apovishta and Dadhigravana, I say it when I feel that the body is not pure, the bath cannot be taken. For example, you have a what you call Minneapolis climate in US, where you don't get hot water. You don't get hot water. Again, as we had a concession in Shrotrachamanam, when there is no water immediately available. So Kamandalu water is not available, therefore you do Shrotrachamanam. That is, say the
I got
Pranamam.
all exceptions.
There are exceptions, concessions. And I do it during travel. During travel, Manasika Sandhyavandanam is done. So Manasika, when you do Manasika Sandhyavandanam, you are wearing the chappal or shoes, so remove them if possible. Because, so remove them and have the mantra snanam. So mantra snanam is more effective, should be understood as more effective than water bath. So keep an eye on them without concentrating on the Lord.
It is what I mean. What is generally in vogue? I am not on exceptional case. It is not individual. It is not individual choice. You do actually no problem. But with the local conditions, other things, and individual merit, you do it. But what generally says, what generally followed, Sandhyavanam also, without taking bath, normally it is not permitted. It is generally.
Normally, you underline the word normally. That's all. You don't.
No, generally. Generally. Now, when it is generally okay, normally is okay. Generally, it is not permitted.
Yeah, generally.
Not normally. Generally, is not
generally,
permitted.
whatever it is,
Not
generally
permitted.
or normally the same. Generally, you understand the line. So there are some exceptions. Options are available.
Exceptions cannot be for discussion. Exception is only to the exceptional people, exclusive.
No. See, what do you do? What we say now is, at least he performs Sandhya Vandanam. Even without.
At that stage. We have come to that stage.
Right. So compromising. Compromise is very good. Say, too many examples I don't want to give. So only two say. You forgot one thing or you couldn't do it on a particular day, one particular Sandhya. Then what do? You repeat it. You repeat it second time. So when you are not able to perform for some reason or other, you are compelled to not to perform, then what should we do? So in that case, you miss.
No,
you
it
miss
is for the whole day.
You miss Sandhya Vandanam. When you miss Sandhyavandanam, then you have to perform it again. Second, another time. See, for example, I'm not always saying compromise everything. Poundarikapuram Andavan was there, 91-year-old Swami was there, Gopalarya Mahadeshi. He said, if you have not done yesterday, do it today.
Yes, Swami. Yes. Exactly. Of course, not for all three. No, you are right. It is not all three. Suppose if you are not able to do it in the Madhyana, you do it in the morning. If you are not able to do it in the evening, you carry forward next day morning, early morning, do it.
Right.
So don't skip at any cost.
I also did the mistake of carrying over to the next morning. And what I want to do it is before sunrise, we finish both the yesterday's Sandhyavandanam plus today's Sandhyavandanam. Meaning the night is involved. Before sunrise, we compensate. We do atonement. Yeah.
Hello. It is one more condition. Skip the. I mean, if you skip the morning one and doing the afternoon, first you perform the afternoon one and then do this morning.
That is also there. That's also the practice.
They say Madhyana is a priority. That I don't know about it. Madhyana
is what Raghuramanji says is also right in the sense that we don't miss the time of Madhyanikam, and so we do it in time and then perform the missed one. That's what he says. Performing the missed one can be little later also. But again, don't miss the second time this the same what we call duty, diurnal duty, that is noon duty. So don't miss again. Because of this, don't miss again the noon duty. That's what he says. It's good.
No. If you continue to lose for 1 day or 3 days, you will lose your
Brahmanism.
Brahmanism. And you have to go for that. Is again.
That means nobody is a Brahmin today.
இல்ல சந்தியாவனம் பண்ணாதே நித்திய கர்மா படி குழந்தைக்கு புணர் போட்டு விடுறேன் அப்படி இப்படிங்கிற நீ நித்திய கர்மா பண்ணாத நீ பண்ற எந்த கர்மமும் இது கிடையாது. இட் இஸ் நாட் ஹேவிங் எனி ரியோட் ஆஃப் வேல்யூ அப்படின்னு பண்ற ஒவ்வொரு
very very tricky question because nobody 99% of people do not do. So what do you do?
சுவாமி நான் அதுதான் நான் என்ன நினைச்சேன், இந்த சுவாமிக்கு எல்லாம் பரநியாசுக்கு எல்லாம் போறேன். பரநியாசம் போற வாட்டியாவது கண்டிப்பாக சந்தியாவனம் நீ பண்ணிட்டு ரெகுலர் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் நான் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னு இன்சிஸ்ட் பண்ண. ஏன்னா when you are going for பரநியாசம், definitely most of the people go after retirement only.
என்ன பண்றா SR 3 bags full to போயிடுறான் அவ்வளவுதான்.
இல்ல அதுதான் சொல்றேன். அது வந்து நீங்க சொன்னாங்களே கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன் அவர் கோவில் அவர் உள்ள ஆசிரமத்துல எழுதி வச்சுருவார். ஒவ்வொரு இதுக்கு இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் இருப்பார். நான் நீ சந்தியாவனம் பண்றேன்னு சொல்லு, கால அளவிட்டுலாம் உள்ள வரேன்னு சொல்லு. அந்த ஆசிரமத்து உள்ள போனாங்கன்னா get all instructions pasted. So our conscious, it is not you are not revealing to anyone. You are conscious, you are getting your conscious into contact. Yes, I am doing. If you feel I am not doing, don't enter. He is not telling what that is instruction.
And today nobody feels guilty. You look at the instructions and just smile it off.
Not that. No. He wanted to emphasize.
Emphasize, right?
Yeah, it is.
Right.
அதான் சொல்ற. நீ கோவிலுக்கு ஆச்சாரியம் கோயிலுக்கு போற போது நீ உன்னுடைய சுரூபத்துல வா. நீ சினிமாக்கு எப்படி வேணா போ. அவர் சொல்ற ஜெனரலா அவர் சொல்ற. I am not telling you go to Swarupam to cinema. When you come here, at least you come into Swarupam. This is exactly what is the relaxation. That's what I am telling. In your house, outside other things, your alaukika, you do it. What is it you want?
No. Again, Again, very orthodox people insist on 24 hours wearing the right dress. அதுதான் பஞ்சகச்சம் இருக்கணுங்கிறது தான் எல்லாரும் சொல்றது.
ஆமா ஆமா
But
ஆமா.
it's not possible. Nobody follows.
அதுல
Only certain. Oh, my point, not 1% people.
இல்ல ஆபீஸுக்கு போற போது இத பூனலை வந்து இதுவா தான் போட்டுக்கணும்,
தாவடம் தாவடம்
தாவடம் தான்
தாவடம்.
போட்டுக்கணும், தாவடமா தான் போட்டுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு அதுல ரொம்ப இதுவா ஃபாலோ பண்ற வாழ இருக்கா. அப்படிதான் போட்டுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு.
இப்போ நானே ஐ எம் ஆல்சோ இன் தி சேம் தாட் ஆஃப் யுவர் தாட் குரூப், சேம் குரூப். But how what to do it? Self-discipline is also not there. Self-discipline is only for self-discipline.
இல்ல யூ ஆர் மெக்னானிமஸ் டு அக்செப்ட் வேர் மை டிஃபிகல்டி. இது பாருங்க, இது வந்து இது ஒரு ரேர் ஆஃப் ரேர். நீங்க வந்து என்ன சொல்றீங்க, ஐ எம் சாரி, ஐ ஃபீல், ஐ எம் சர்டன் திங்ஸ் ஐ எம் நாட் ஏபிள் டு. இது வந்து செல்ஃப் அக்செப்டன்ஸ் கொடுத்தாங்களா, சும்மா வேஷமே இல்ல. எஸ் யா, திஸ் இஸ் வாட் ஐ எம் ட்ரைங் டு டூ த பெஸ்ட்.
இல்ல regretting itself is not enough.
இல்ல ஓகே ஓகே இல்ல அது ஃபீல் முதல்ல அட்லீஸ்ட் யூ காட் an opportunity. yes I feel for itங்கிறதே ஒரு பெரிய சமாச்சாரம். நான் ரிக்ரெட்ங்கிறது டெஃபினெட்லி இட்ஸ் நாட் a excuse. பட் ஸ்டில் அந்த மைண்டுக்கு முதல்ல அந்த இதுக்கே வரணும். ஆக்சுவலா most of the people are not, but yes I am doing it.
No, I saw some people, very aged people, passing away, and they did their duties till their last breath. I have seen people. I have also seen people, very orthodox people, bedridden and couldn't do anything. There are two
சுவாமி,
categories.
எங்க அண்ணா வந்து படுக்கையில இருந்தா ஒரு காலம் முடியல. பட் நீங்க நம்ப மாட்டேங்க, ஒன்ஸ் ஐ வென்ட் தேர், ஐ டிட் தர்ப்பணம் ஆன் அமாவாசை டே ஃபார் ஹிம். புரியுது? சும்மா அதாவது ஒரு வந்து மானசீகன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன் நீங்க. பட் ஆஸ் இஃப் அவர் பண்ண மாதிரி எங்க மன்னிக்கு அதுல ரொம்ப பரம சந்தோஷம். அப்கோர்ஸ் இட் இஸ் நாட் பிளான்ட் ஆர் எக்ஸ்பெக்டட், பட் ஜஸ்ட் ஐ ஃபெல்ட் இட். இன்ஸ்டெட் ஆஃப் லீவிங் இட், அட்லீஸ்ட் ஐ கேன் டூ இட் ஃபார் ஹிம். அது மாதிரி.
No, Keshav Swami knows that I did my father's, that is grandparents' Shraddham, annual Shraddham, through getting what you call Darbagras from his hand. So I don't say grandfather and grandmother, but I say Yajamanasya Pita, Yajamanasya Mata. So my father is not my father there, it is only my boss. So அது மாதிரி பண்ணலாம். For anybody can take darbagras from anyone, even ladies, to perform the obsequial rites.
இல்ல சாதத்துக்கே அந்த இது இருக்காளே, புல் வாங்கி பண்றதுக்கு வச்சிருக்காளே.
ஆமா, அது மாதிரி தர்ப்பணம். So nothing is prohibited. Sandhyavandanam is also done. So if for a sick person one can do sandhyavandanam. One can do sandhyavandanam for the sick person. But when I am not able to write, and I am not able to perform my own sandhyavandanam, how can I help a sickly person?
That doesn't arise for me. No, the question doesn't arise. When I am not doing, why I am bothered about him?
If I want to help people, it is not possible.
Raghuram ji, he wanted to tell something.
Yeah. You while going to office, நீங்க நிவிதி போட்டுக்கணும்னு சொன்னீங்கல்ல, நிவிதி. When you put நிவிதி பூனல், you cannot take anything. சாப்பிட முடியாது.
You cannot take food, yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. If you put as nividi, you cannot take anything unless it is for that. இதுக்கெல்லாம் போறதுக்கெல்லாம் அந்த இதுக்கெல்லாம் போறோம் இல்லையா?
Answering nature's call. We have to keep them on the ear.
That put as a nividi. Facilitate yourself. Otherwise, if you put it as nividi, you cannot take anything.
இல்ல நீங்க அதுல இருந்து I will tell you 2 points. இப்ப நான் பொதுவாகவே பெரிய ஆச்சாரமா இல்ல, ஜென்ரலாவே காத்தால நான் ஆத்துல சாப்பிட்டு போனேன், ஆபீஸ்ல தீர்த்து கூட சாப்பிட மாட்டேன், யூரின் போக மாட்டேன், ஐ வில் கம் பேக். யூரின் கூட இது கூட போக மாட்டேன். ஜென்ரலி ஐயோ வந்து நான் ஆச்சாரமா ஃபாலோ பண்ணல, ஐ ஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்லி ஃபாலோ. ஆபீஸ் போனேன். அப்கோர்ஸ் இட் இஸ் நாட் ஃபார் அதர் பிளேஸ். ஐ கோ ஆல்வேஸ் டூர் போயிட்டே இருப்பேன். பட் இருந்தாலும் whenever I am available on headquarters, if I go to office, மார்னிங் ஆத்து சாப்பிட்டு கொண்டு திருப்பி வர நான் தீர்த்தம் கூட சாப்பிட மாட்டேன்.
No, see, that was possible for you. It is not possible for everyone.
That's what I make it a point. I was able to the extent I was made it success. இல்ல
Okay.
அதே மாதிரி ஒரு தடவை ஸ்ரீகாரியம் சுவாமி எல்லாம் அவன் கார்ல போற போது போறவா எல்லாரும் இதுலதான் இருக்கா, சொரூபத்துலாம் இருக்கா. ஆனாலும் அவர் கொண்டு வந்த ஆகாரத்தை அவர் சாப்பிடறதை யாரும் பார்க்க கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு இவாளை இறங்கிட்டு விட்டாராம்.
ஆமா.
இல்ல அது இல்ல அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு கார்ல தான் இருந்தது, கார்ல தான் சாப்பிட்டாருன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு ஒருத்தர்
தமிழ்ல ஒண்ணு உண்டு, ஒரு ப்ராவர்ப், மண்ணை தின்றாலும் மறைந்து தின்னுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞான வைராக்ய பூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்த தேசிகம்.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः.
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.